Welcome to the quick look guide to get you up and running in the Toolbox for Writers Sentence Diagrammer and Flowchart Maker. We'll start with our menu items here. Here we have our typical items found under File in any Windows program. Then we have three different dialogues that we'll cover each in its own title. We have Diagram Setup, Page Setup, and Page Border. Then we have the Print Preview and the Print items, and then the Export button. You can export your images as a PDF file, as an image, as an FVG or EMF. The image files include bitmap, GIF, JPEG, PNG, and a couple others. Your Edit menu has your typical items. Here in your first toolbar, you have your File and your Edit items, and then these two items include Show Grid. The Snap to Grid is on by default, but you can toggle it here. And it's better to leave it on when you're drawing lines in order to make your lines straight without effort. These four buttons are your nudge tools, and these allow you to nudge your lines and text boxes by 1 pixel. This is nudge down, up, left, and right. These are your text tools. This is your font dialog, and you can change your font, you can change your font style, and you can change your font size. But you have to have a text box selected in order to avoid an error. You also have a font color dialog, and this is neat because you have a spell checker. We included a nice editor, and the thing is, it's a full editor, so you don't have to just use it with the diagrammer. You can use it as a standalone application. We cover the editor features in a separate title. It also has, under Review, a spell check. This second toolbar has a Select tool, Pan tool, which allows you to move your diagram around, an Undo and Redo button. The Zoom tool allows you to zoom in on your diagram. The Disable Central Ports has to do with the items you bring in from the palettes here, or items that you bring in through your right-click menu. They automatically have central ports, which means that if you attach lines or connectors to it, those lines and connectors will originate from the center of the item, and I'll show you that later. Here in your right-click menu, you pretty much have the same tools and much more. The right-click menu will be covered in its own title. Right now we'll look at shapes. So there are more shapes than what you see in these tool bars. You can bring in a pencil, in which case you can draw. You can also bring in a line, a polyline, curve, closed curve, etc. These three tools here, you have your text tool, just like you have up here, and you have a rich text box. The difference between these two is that the text tool is what you use to construct your diagram, while the rich text box, and you drag and define an area by holding your left key down, your left mouse key. You can type in text and change it. And what I mean by that is you can select individual letters or words or several words together, and you can change its features, its color, its weight without affecting the other text. So you can make that text, let's say, really large, and you can italicize this, for instance, and make it small perhaps. So whatever you want to do. Now there's no context menu with the rich text box. You can select all that, and you can use Control-C to copy it, and then we can go down here and use Control-V to paste it. And unfortunately, the Fit Text button doesn't work on the rich text box. Also down here under Shapes is the bitmap, and you can bring in pictures. We'll bring this picture in. Now the pictures you can bring in include, let's go back, pick another bitmap and define it. You'll see you have your JPEG, GIF, PNG, and EMF files. Now let's look at the Rotate button. Here you can take a set of nodes, and any shape on the diagram is considered a set of nodes. So I'll use the word nodes or node interchangeably. So you can go here and you can rotate the nodes at different angles. Now we'll look at the final set of tools here. You have your line tool, which we've used. You have your text tool, and then we're going to go here and hit the transparent tool and fit text. And then we'll move this over a little. We'll get another line. Draw it here, and we'll get the text tool again. Or you can hit your select tool, click that, copy, and then paste, and then you double click it and then click it and hit fit text, and then you can move that over a little. Finally, we have our line weight. You can change that. So our transparent tool allows you to change the black box into a transparent box. We've covered everything at the top. Let's look at these items on the left. We have 2 palettes for sentence diagramming parts. And then we have 3 boxes of shapes. Now to bring anything out from these palettes, you simply drag and drop. Now anything you drag onto the diagram from the palette is grouped. These items are grouped. In order to use the Fit Text button, you need to ungroup it, and it's grouped twice. The lines are grouped, and then the text boxes are grouped to these lines. So in order to do that, you right-click and go down to Grouping, and then Ungroup, and you're going to have to do that twice in this case. And now you can select each individual item separately. You double-click on the text and you can change it. Ronnie laughed. And now you can select it by clicking on it and then holding the control key down and selecting it. And then you can click this Fit Text and both are changed. You can use your keyboard or you can use your nudge tools to move these where you want them. The second feature about things that you bring from the palette is that they're automatically endowed with a central port. What is a central port? It means that the lines that you draw from any of these, whether it's a text box or a line, has a center, and any line you draw into it or from it will go to that center automatically. In order to change that, we hit Disable Central Ports. And now you'll notice this line isn't connected, doesn't go to the center. And if you were to draw a line to this box, it's not going to restrain you to drawing it from the center. This is the quick look, and we will go more into the context menu in the next video. Thank you for watching.